Man, what's going on with y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back. Hope everything is going good with you guys. And before we get into the content, man, make sure y'all go subscribe to my Patreon just for exclusive content. Content I'm not doing over on my YouTube. I go more into depth. So if you're interested in hearing more from me, seeing more, definitely go click that link in the description. Appreciate you. So, one thing that really held me back for most of my life was having limiting beliefs. I never believed in myself, or I feel like obviously consciously, we all feel like we deserve being rich and successful, having the intimate partners we want. We all believe that, but subconsciously, deep down inside, I felt like I didn't deserve nothing good. And the reason why I didn't feel like that is because I never learned how to validate myself, because I was so used to being negative. My self-talk was negative, and therefore for me, most of my teenage years and my early 20s was miserable. Anytime I had something good in front of me, I naturally felt like I didn't deserve it, or it was only a matter of time before things ended up how they usually end up. So what we're about to get into today is talking about what limiting beliefs can do to you and how it can mess you up, especially in dating. Man, so let me give y'all an example, right? So this is how it is. Like, you meet a woman, she bad, you know what I'm saying? She got everything you want. She's strapped up here. She got some fat back there. She got the pretty face. You feel like, man, this the best woman that I ever, then dealt with. Like, you telling all the homies about it. And what happens is, if you never, for number one, if you never dealt with that type of woman, naturally you're going to put her on a pedestal. So you're going to lift her above you. Because why? Because you don't feel worthy enough. See, consciously, we all want these things, right? Consciously, but subconsciously, deep down inside, you feel like, why does she want me? You know what I'm saying? What did I do to deserve this? Oh, another guy gonna take her. So now your insecurities are starting to come out. And what you got to understand, a woman is naturally thinking like, dude, I haven't did anything for you to be acting like this. I just showed up. And again, this is what most men complain about in this modern dating era, is about how a lot of these women don't feel like they have to do anything. Well, the part of the issue is because of us men. When we put these women on a pedestal just because they look good, just because they got something fat back there, this is what you're going to get. But if more men could find the value in themselves, and instead of just, spit coming out your mouth and you getting big-eyed because this pretty woman wants to interact with you. If we just sit back and learn how to vet women and say, is this woman a good fit for me? How does she conduct herself? Is she feminine? Can I trust her? Is she difficult? Does she bring me peace? These are the things you need to be watching for. Does her words match her actions? Those are the things that you need to be paying attention to, because oftentimes we can't get past the looks. And usually when you can't get past the looks, there is something inside of you where you lack. You're overcompensating. Because this woman hasn't did anything for you to be acting like that. Because guess what? You acting like that, but guess how she acting? She looking to eliminate you. She trying to see, okay, what's wrong about this dude? Why is he acting like this? Is he never had a chick like me? What's up? What's good with him? That's what she thinking. And then, what happened with me was I would, go on a couple of dates with the woman. Like in college, I never had trouble attracting women. My issue was keeping the woman. So I would get with them, and then naturally my self-doubt and my insecurities, because I felt like, man, why is she with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm questioning everything and overthinking conversations, spilling out all of my feelings, and I'm doing this, and naturally that creates what we call self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is doing things to naturally mess you up, because you're trying to see where you stand. So you do something stupid thinking that it's going to help you out or give you some power within the situation, and you end up fumbling the bag because you did something based off moving from a scarce place. And again, this is what limiting beliefs does. And especially in 2024, if you come in with limiting beliefs, you're not going to prosper at all. This is why I push on this channel so much of focusing on yourself, growing yourself as a man, becoming more, doing more in life, having hobbies. Because when you do that, you don't have to overcompensate. Overcompensate is, I know this woman wants a 6'6" guy and I'm only 5'3", so let me flash all this money in her face. Or I don't really feel confident in myself, so let me show her that I'm in the gym. Let me talk about my muscles. Let me talk about how much I work out all the time, because you ain't got no substance to yourself. Overcompensating is huge, because if you're overcompensating, man, women can sniff that out like sharks can sense blood in the water, man. That's a fact. But for me, the biggest contributor of my lack of success with women in my early 20s and my teenage years was because I had limiting beliefs about myself. I thought negatively about myself. I didn't feel like I measured up to certain men. Therefore, naturally, I didn't feel as confident. I didn't feel good with my SCX game because I didn't have a lot of the experience. It's like the same thing guys, it's the same thing when you coming out of college or coming out of high school and you trying to get a job and they're like, well, you need more experience. And then it'd be an entry level position. Well, it's like, well, how am I supposed to get more experience if all y'all gonna keep saying then I need to get more experience? It's the same thing with women. We have to learn how to stack wins. And that's what happens. When you stack your wins as a man, then you become more and more confident in your ability to get what you want. And it's also the same thing with SCX. When you stack your experience, you're not going to learn from watching Pornhub all the time. But when you stack your experience, you get more SCXual experience with women. Eventually you learn. The key is to learn. And also to be growing at the same time. See, you want to be growing yourself as a man, working on your craft, your hobbies, being in the gym, making sure your hygiene on point, always getting your money up, trying to invest. You need to be doing your credit. You need to be doing that at the same time as dating more women. It's the same thing with riding a bike. You don't get better with riding a bike by not riding a bike. You have to actually ride the bike. So with women, it's the same way. If you want to get better with them, the key is from every experience, whether you took an L, she rejected you, gaslight, ghosted you, is to learn from that situation. You got to be able to self-analyze yourself and see what you did wrong. But also at the same time, too, see, the thing is, you have to do both at the same time. You got to work on yourself and you have to work on getting better with women. You have to do it simultaneously. I don't even know if I'm saying the word right, but simultaneously. Can't even say the word right. But you got to do it both at the same time so you don't get caught lacking and you don't get played. But the thing is with men, especially for younger men, what you got to understand is you're going to get played. You're going to get manipulated because you don't know what you don't know. But again, this is why when you work on yourself and become more comfortable within you'll start to, and then you stack wins on top of wins. That's what happened with me. I had a crazy learning curve because I didn't really get women like that until I got to college. I'm gonna be honest. But for me, once I started to work more on my looks and becoming more purposeful and, becoming more focused on myself and also dating women and learning from what I did wrong and how I messed up, when I combine the two, then I start to get better with women. And also, too, another component of us having self-limiting beliefs is unrealistic expectations. You got to go into things with no expectations. I just go into things like whatever happens, and I'll take it from there. Literally, my mindset is the day by day, minute by minute, second by second mindset. Because when you start to fantasize of like, man, it'll be great to be with this person. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to have a family together, 6 kids, mansion. We're going to travel all the time. When you start thinking about all of that, what happens? You get taken out the present moment. So now you in a headspace where you're all the way down here in La La Land and she's here. And she can see that you're all the way down there, but you don't even know her last name yet. Again, this is what limiting beliefs does. Because you don't do that with that 6 that you're not attracted to. You don't do that with her. You don't think about no future with her. So operate the same way. You got to keep the energy the same. Take it day by day. See if you, because the thing is, anyone wants to be anybody. Anybody you deal with, you should be attracted to. That's the entry in the door, right? But after that, what else does this person have? What else does this person have? Because a lot of times too, and I know this is random, but we also have to stop messing with women who pull the celibacy card. And I'm not talking about women who do it for religious reasons or who are doing it for the right reasons. Not talking about them. I'm talking about the women who do it to get a relationship. When a woman holds SEX over your head, basically what she's saying is, I think this is the most valuable thing that you find valuable. So I'm going to hold it hostage until you give me what I want. And then I'm going to never give it to you, or I'm going to give it to you and it's going to be trash. You never get with a woman like that. We seen Will do that on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Why? Because he was coming from limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset. He felt like if I don't do this, I won't get the SEX from her. But you could have got that from anybody without having to marry the chick. Remember, he married the girl on Fresh Prince, not Nia Long's character, but it was another woman he married because he really wanted to have SEX. And then he realized, like, man, I was doing this for the wrong reasons. So let me connect what I was saying, because I know some of y'all might be confused. The reason why I brought up the celibacy thing is because a lot of times a woman will try to hold that over our head as like that's the most valuable thing she has to offer. And if you're a man of principle, a man of who has standards, and you don't want to see, to me, I ain't waiting to no marriage to have no SEX with you. I like to test drive my cars before I buy. So that's not happening. So if you hit me with the celibacy card for what, and again, I'm not going in on the woman. Let me state this, that does it for religious reasons or personal reasons that has nothing to do with gaining something. And they just want to do it because that's their decision. I'm not going in on them. I'm going in on the woman who's doing it for a relationship. Because what that woman is basically saying is, I think sex is the most valuable thing I have to offer. So I'm going to hold it over your head hostage. You don't want a woman like that. You don't want a woman like that. Because a woman like that she's moving robotically. She's moving structurally. You want a woman who's moving authentically. And again, if you mess with a woman like that in that type of predicament, or you get into a relationship because she's holding the SEX over your head, and giving you that ultimatum, you're a man who's moving from a scarce place. You have limiting beliefs because she knows that you don't even know her yet, but you're just getting into the situation because you want what's fat back there. You want to get inside the, you know what I'm saying? You want to get inside the whatchamacallit. But yeah, guys, you always want to move from a place of abundance. You always want to move from a place of, because on this earth, we're here for a reason. Nothing is meant to be scarce. So you never want to move from a place of scarcity where you feel like I'm limiting myself. I'm limiting my feelings. I'm limiting my mindset. I'm limiting what I can do, all because I want to make sure this person is happy. If somebody comes in your life and they are not presenting what you want or how you want to deal with them, then you can leave. You don't have to stay because you feel like, oh, this is the last person on earth. Because, you know, one of the basic human fears is fear that we will never be loved. So a lot of times people will rather be in a situation that doesn't benefit them rather than being alone and learning to love and grow yourself and attract people who are on the same wavelength as you into your life. So at the end of the day, like I always tell you guys, man, continue to focus on you. All right, guys, that's my video for today, man. I appreciate you guys for coming over to the channel as always. Guys, make sure you continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm gone.